Alright, hey y'all, we're back. I went to go get my spatula to finish mixing. So here I'm going to finish mixing in the chocolate chips into my batter. And then I also decided to grab my cookie tray. Yum. I decided to grab my cookie tray and I'll begin placing small balls of cookie dough onto my tray so that No! Unfortunately, I missed them all. And I wasn't able to get any into my mouth. So, sorry. Yum. So, now that my batter is well mixed, containing all the components that I can dream of, I'm going to begin vigorously mixing, and then I'm going to grab chunks. Put a little chunk in my mouth, that's what I'm gonna do. Yeah. Oh. Yummy. Now I'm gonna go reach for a napkin. I'm gonna rub my face off. I think I'm good. I think my hands are good too. So, we will now begin placing down the cookies onto our tray. Take a small amount of batter, form a ball with it by rolling it in your hands, and place it down onto the tray. And repeat. I like cookies. Yes. So, yeah, I don't know. Nothing much to it besides, you know, you can get a little bit fancy with it, fancy with the technique, you know. Once you start getting really good at making cookies, you start learning little techniques that, you know, they just put a little bit of an edge onto the cookie. You know, you take like a cookie, you take a cookie that some might call entry level in terms of ingredients, and through adding a little bit of like finely practiced technique, you'll find that you can take your cookies really to the next level, eventually reaching like the cookies of a master level. And now, while I can't say that my cookies have truly reached a master level, I could say that I strive to reach cookies of the caliber that I've eaten before from master chefs. You'll notice that at this point, you may or may not notice at least, that we've completed 8 balls of cookies, and there's room for 12 on my tray. So we're at this point 2/3 of the way done with placing my cookies onto the tray. That's what I needed. I was having some allergies. And I can just feel my nose running all over the place. That's not a place you want to be when you're cooking. Yeah. So that concludes the video, guys. Thanks for watching. See you guys later, and enjoy your cookies. I hope your families enjoy them. Bye-bye. Hey ladies, welcome back. You are back watching how to make cookies on Robert's Deluxe Cooking Show. So, today, here I have some eggs, butter, sugar, brown and white. We have some dark chocolate chips, and we also have some flour and some baking soda and salt. So, in order to begin preparing your cookies, you're going to need to put your softened 2 sticks of butter into the bowl. And we will go ahead and do that now. So, they slide into the bowl, making a wet noise. And it's important to mix the dry into the wet. And so we are going to mix up the butter a little bit, and then we are going to grab the sugar. Now that we've mixed up the butter a good amount, we're going to grab the sugar and brown sugar mixture, and there we go. There we go. And we are going to slowly slide it in while mixing. It's important to mix slowly so that you don't get too many crumples into your mixture. So as you see here, I'm going to implement a special technique. I'm going to shake the sugar into the bowl just so that it slides in a little bit easier. Yeah, I might just, there we go. And so as it mixes, you might notice that your brown sugar will stay stuck to the bottom of the bowl, whereas your white sugar has completely dumped in. And now we have properly mixed a good amount of the sugar and butter. We will now finish stirring it up. We might want to continue by moving on to the next step, where we will grab the eggs and vanilla mixture. Yeah. And we're going to put 1 egg in at a time, just to slowly mix it in, as opposed to mixing it all at once. And here we go with the second egg. Everything's looking good, honestly. And we'll continue mixing a good amount. We have to make sure that you scrape off the walls, otherwise you'll end up with an uneven mixture. And so after about another 30 seconds of whisking, you'll find that your mixture is fairly even. Okay, so I think we're looking good. And so, so moving on to the next step. The next step is to grab our baking soda and salt mixture, which we have dissolved into hot water. Unfortunately, our water isn't too hot anymore, so we're having trouble dissolving it. But yeah, we just mix it around a bit, pour it in, and wowie. It's now, yep, smells mixed. There's nothing in there left. And let me clean off my mouth. Yeah. Now we're going to mix in the salt and baking soda. Next, we're going to grab 3 cups of flour. This can be all-purpose flour. That's what I'm using. There's some alternatives, but yeah, I recommend using all-purpose flour for your cookies. So we're gonna slowly dump in the flour while mixing.
Wow.
Yes, that's good. So, our mixing process is about half done with the flour. We've effectively mixed about half of our flour into our principal bowl and out of our ingredient bowl, but we have a little bit left. There we go, very nice. Yep, just like I spank my kids. Yummy. I love raw flour. Sorry about that one. Oopsies! I spilled on myself a little bit. Ah! That was an accident. I didn't mean to do that. I'm gonna keep mixing. Yeah, I might cut that out of the video, but I might not. I might forget. Our mixture has become very coarse, very thick. It is going to take a lot of effort to complete the mixture. But after probably about like 20 more seconds of mixing, you'll find that you have a relatively uniform mixture and you're ready to mix in the chocolate chips.